According to Experian, more than half of those surveyed feel holiday shopping puts a strain on their finances. No kidding, with nearly 30% saying that they're pretty stressed about money this time of year. A chunk of shoppers admit it's hard to stay on a budget. Janae Adams from Debt Sucks University and Tom Mathews, a certified financial educator, join us both today. They are here to help you navigate the holiday spending and the saving and to make sure that you stay out of debt as much as possible. So what we want you to do is text our experts your questions because you're going to be able to get your answers right here in real time. So you text us 336-379-5775 and ask your question. All right, so Tom, let's start with you. You say,
okay,
leave behind your emotions.
Well, when it comes to Christmas time, people are very passionate about that, and you love your family, and of course everybody loves their family, but that doesn't mean you have to go and wreck your budget or wreck your finances over it. But so many people do every year, and we just recommend that you kind of check your emotions at the door and spend what you think makes sense and what you could maybe reasonably think about paying off within 30 days or so, and not wreck your finances just for a few minutes of fun.
All right, and that is, of course, for the holiday shopping. Janae, we were just talking to you earlier this week on another newscast about not wrecking your budget when it comes to just grocery shopping, and you said stick to the list. 4 words, stick to the list.
Definitely, and that comes into play with holiday shopping as well. Make you a list for whatever family members you want to shop for. Get one thing for them on that list, and then because you have that list, you actually are going to be able to find deals that way because you're actually focused on one thing. So if you're looking for an Echo Show, then you go find the deals on the Echo Show, whether that's on Amazon.com, Walmart, Target, and get that gift. It's actually going to save you money by having a list.
All right, and also possibly putting a certain amount of money for each gift. So Tom, you say really kind of estimate what you want to spend for each person and really don't go over that because $5 here and $10 here can get you in trouble.
Well, just like when you lay out your financial plan for your future, you decide how much you can put aside each month for retirement, let's say. And so you need to do something very similar to that when it comes to Christmas and spending for any occasion, because once you identify that number and you stick with it, and that makes the whole project go within the range where it doesn't wreck your finances, as we said. So it's very important.
All right, so just like Santa, you got to make a list, you got to check it twice, and you got to put an allotment down there. Okay, now let's get to this because it is an emotional thing. We're going to talk about being honest. So this is like when we have that conversation, sometimes with ourselves, sometimes with family members, sometimes with extended family members about what's happening this year and who's buying and who's not buying. So Janae, kind of start us off with that.
Yeah, definitely. And I know a lot of times this comes really down to parents and children. That's usually the hardest to do. We can say no to, aunts and uncles and cousins, but when it comes to children, parents find it a lot harder to be able to let them know, this has been a tough, not year, probably 2 years now, and we're really trying to get back on our feet. And although this Christmas, son or daughter, is going to be a little bit less than you're used to, it won't be like that always. And we're going to be able to pick it back up. But let's just be thankful that we're here and thankful as a family. And you'll be surprised how children understand, because they probably have seen the stress within the household leading up to this. They've seen maybe the discussions and so forth, and they know it might be a money issue. So just be real with them and be honest with them.
All right, so that's one key point, dealing with those inside your house. All right, Tom, how about the people that are outside your house who are like, but we always do the gift exchange?
Right, and often, as Janae just said, people have a sense of kind of where things are for you, if they know you're between jobs or not, and kind of how things have been going for you. So it helps when you have the conversation and just be straight with them and let them know that, it's been a tough year or two, and so we're going to be conservative this year, but doesn't mean I don't love you. I love you just as much, if not more. And we're going to have a great Christmas together, because the spirit of this is for us to all be together, not just the value of the gifts I give you.
Okay. All right. So there's not one way to attack every single problem, which is why we've got 2 experts here today so they can both weigh in. We do have a question that says, I've spent my max on my credit card for the holidays, but cannot pay it all off at once. So what's the best plan to pay it off? So Janae, kind of give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so definitely if you're feeling like you're not going to be able to pay it all off at once, then that means you have a basic cash flow issue that can be solved. So let's try to find some extra money. So this time, let's take, the next couple of days to sit down, look at your spending plan or your budget and see what you can cut out and cut back. If you can cut back, one of these streaming services that may be $20 a month, cut that back and put that $20 towards that bill. Anything that you can find in your budget to cut back and get some extra money can be thrown on top of that credit card payment, especially since you might not have enough money coming in to pay it off.
All right, start looking now what you can cut before the bill is due. All right, Tom, what other thoughts do you have for this person on what's a good way to kind of tackle this to pay it off?
Well, I think also you need to be exploring ways of making some more money. If maybe you can do something part-time or spare time or some time to add to the mix, and often it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit would help you to pay that off quicker or to make things go smoother in your household.
All right, so this is an interesting question. This person says, what should I be charging on my credit card? It's kind of become a crutch for me. So there's like several different schools of thought. You do want to build up credit, but you want to be able to pay it off. So Janae, what is maybe a good option for them of what they should be charging?
And so I am a different person. I don't have and so forth. So, I would say don't charge anything because like she's saying, it's becoming a crutch. So I would say to, because you're feeling like it is a crutch, maybe trying to save money to be able to have an emergency fund, because then you won't be dependent on that card. Most people, if they do, charge things, it's things that they can pay back quickly. So some gas, maybe, whatever it may be, if you're worried about having a certain credit score. But, for me, I don't charge anything, but I'll say don't let it be a crutch. Get you an emergency fund so you don't feel like that.
Tom, do you have anything to add before we go to break?
No, I would just say one other thing. I think that when you, sometimes if you're going to do something online, you have to use a card. You can't use, other things. So but it's important just to have a sense of how that fits into an overall plan, to know that it's the important thing is to keep your plan in focus and keep it moving and not worry about, the occasion necessarily.
Yeah, the charge card should be working for you, not against you. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to continue to take your text questions and we'll be right back.